We talk about self-care on this show a lot, and one of the ways I'm able to better take care of myself is by finding ways to create more time, and I do that by knowing when to delegate. My assistant turned manager, Brandy, who has her own episode, by the way, it's number 53, knows all about that. The number one rule to delegating is knowing what absolutely needs to be created by you, and then knowing which things someone else might be better at, or which things someone else can do easily. And when I need something done outside of my and Brandy's scope, I use Fiverr. Fiverr.com is a super cool professional marketplace where you can find contractors all over the world to help you do the little things that you need help with or that require a special skill set like creating podcast cover art. I use Fiverr for that all the time, and I've always been happy with the work. And each virtual professional on Fiverr also has comments and rankings so you can see who is consistently providing great work. It's a really wonderful solution to buy back some of my time and get the stuff done that I need to move forward on a project. If you're needing some more time in your schedule, I highly recommend finding ways to delegate and maybe finding your own virtual assistant, like mine was Brandy, who's now a manager, or copywriting, or maybe podcast cover art, or anything else that you might need that you should be delegating. I have my very own Fiverr link in the show notes that will take you right to it. So take a breath, click the link in the show notes, and spend that extra time for yourself. Speaking of more time and self-care, I have a freebie for you. If you're like every single other person on this planet, then you might be looking for ways to get some time back into your day that you can then spend doing whatever else is at the top of your list that you value. Maybe it's spending more time with yourself or loved ones, or maybe it's more time for that project you're waiting to begin. To be honest with you, I was struggling with this and looking for solutions. So I spent some time trying different things in my day and business, and I found some solutions that were game changers. So I broke it down into 3 easy strategies that I am sharing with you for free. Go to moretime.avanthousemedia.com and download it to your computer for free, or just click the link in the show notes to start relieving some stress and adding some more of that precious time back into your day. If you're finding yourself making excuses to not start that thing that is on your heart, like a podcast maybe, then this is calling your name. No more excuses. It's totally free, and we need your voice in this world. moretime.avanthousemedia.com, or just click the link in the show notes. For me, and maybe for many of you, December is a time to let go a little, calm the schedule, reset and renew, and find ways to get inspired and set intentions for the upcoming new year. So for the next few weeks, we'll be sharing episodes that are focused on resetting yourself, simplifying, and creating small steps towards what your next intentions are. Take this time to honor yourself and to honor what you'd like to create for yourself and the world you influence. I hope you enjoy these Begin and Be Bold collection of episodes to help you slow down and build a process to serve your creation. Enjoy.
It all begins by understanding the mind.
I want to be happy now. I don't care about the future. I want to be happy right now.
You are not alone. You are never, ever, ever alone in this.
It's helped my voice grow and given me freedom to be creative on my own.
I'm Christina Barcy. Welcome to Be Bold, Begin, a podcast dedicated to you, the creative, the healer, and the innovator. The topics and conversations we have here are designed to help you discover what might be getting in your way and offer you tools, techniques, and guidance to move through them.
I live in the imposter's body more than I live in my own body. I don't have to feel like I don't deserve this.
This is where creativity and healing intersect.
If you decide to be bold and begin, you have the opportunity to feel humbled and empowered. I totally believe that.
I'm a certified Kaizen Muse creativity coach, a certified Reiki energy healer, and an entrepreneur, artist, and presenter. I will share with you my experiences, my proven tools and techniques that helped me and my clients and loved ones shift and expand in the areas they most desired. This is a gentle and open space where you will hear how others are being bold to encourage you to begin your own journey or expand the one you're on. This is Be Bold Begin. Welcome back to Be Bold Begin. So the title is How to Make Everything Easy, and that sounds like a stretch, right? But if we use our imagination and we just consider putting ourselves in the shoes of easy, all right, and I'll explain what that means in just a second, then you truly have the power to make things feel easy, or at least easier. I'm not saying that, if you struggle with math, for example, like I do, or if you're trying to accomplish something that has many, many steps and has a lot of weight on it, doesn't mean those things are not going to be hard anymore. It just means that you're going to have an easier time approaching them and going through the process of getting to the end goal. And this is also has a subtitle specific to podcasters because I'm going to throw in a podcasting example. And this is something you can do and something I want you guys all to know. If you ever want to do a podcast, this is the easiest way to get started. So 2 things today. So the first one is taking a difficult situation and asking the simple question of yourself, what if it were easy? And that is really all you have to do. Is hold that small question. This is what a small question is. Something that you don't have to answer that question. You just have to hold on to it and really consider it. Because what will happen is your subconscious will begin to digest it and it will begin to work on it. And it'll be when you ask a question, your brain takes that as truth. So that is now the thing that your brain will work on. And whatever you decide to tell it, your brain thinks of that as truth. So when you ask what if it were easy, you start just intuitively reframing the situation to not feel as difficult. And your imagination will kick in eventually, but you can actually ignite that sooner. You can just start imagining all of the feelings that would go along with making that task feel easier. What if something came up that was hard during the process, but then you realize that you trust yourself and you know exactly how to handle it so it becomes easy? Or what if you walk into your job, let's say, that feels really hard and heavy, and you start saying to yourself before you walk in, instead of saying to yourself, because I used to do this a lot, God, this is going to be such a hard night. It's Friday night. I used to work in a restaurant in Beverly Hills, which means it was a nightmare. Really, really hard. This is going to be so hard. Oh my God, I'm dreading. Instead, I would get out of my car and I would go, what if tonight was just really easy and I made lots of money and then life just went on? Because I've done a million Friday nights and I'm still here. I survived them all. And I probably will survive, that one as well. And I just started going in with a lighter heart and thinking, what if this was actually really easy? What if everything that occurred I could completely handle and it wouldn't throw me off my game? And you know what? It completely manifested that situation for me because I went in there going, this is really easy. So if anything hard did pop up, I completely approached it with an easy sort of attitude, and then it would just diffuse the situation, or I wouldn't have as many issues. All these wonderful things came out of that process. And you can apply it to anything. It changed my life. Maybe this doesn't resonate with you. Maybe it does or doesn't now. Maybe it will later. Who knows? But I just want you to try it. Just give it a shot. If you find yourself saying, oh no, this sucks, I hate this so much. What if you were like, what if I didn't hate it? What if there were things about this that I didn't hate? What would that feel like? What would it feel like if it were easy? Okay, so now you podcasters out there, maybe there's some blocks, some things stopping you that you don't know how to do yet or whatever. What if it was really easy to get started? Now, I'm going to squeeze in a tip here for you as well. I record this podcast on my iPhone because it's the easiest way for me to facilitate this podcast, this format. for me to get it to you guys as soon as I can. And I just wanted to get it out there, So I record on the phone. I made it as easy as possible because I was like, well, what if it really were really easy? What if I could do this in the easiest way possible? What would that look like? And I was like, you know what? I could try to record it on my phone. And you know what? That worked out. And then, I still go home and I have my intro, my outro that I edited on my mic with GarageBand and everything. And I use Audacity to edit it all together. But the easy tip is you can record on your phone if you have a style and a format that suits that. So keep those things in mind. There are things that can get in the way eventually, but if you just want to get something started in the easiest way, that's one easy way for podcasters to get started. So I just wanted to add that into this sort of focus on easy type episode. But I'm telling you, anything's possible if you break it down into smaller steps and then consider making it easier. And if easy isn't, if you can't be like, this is 100% easy now, that's really hard to jump from one to the other. But just like a little bit more, like 5% more easy than it normally feels. What would that be like? And then you get used to that, and then you add a little bit more. Okay, what if I bought into this idea, 15% more than before? What would that feel like? And then you get used to that, and you keep building, and then eventually, that particular thing is just easier and easier. So the same thing happens with when you're trying to approach difficult things. Like I figured out that, oh my gosh, I could just record on my phone and I could just be okay with that. And that's the easiest thing I can do for myself right now. So it manifests in other ways, like how you approach things. So I just wanted to throw that in. I hope you guys are having a fucking fabulous day, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to People Begin. We hope that these episodes are helping inspire and empower you to take your next steps towards whatever you're thinking of creating. And if starting a podcast is what you're thinking of creating, then I would love to have you in my brand new private Facebook group, Unleash Your Podcast Niche, a podcast learning community for the aspiring podcaster who cares about creating an authentic message and making an impact with podcasting. Join us for live opportunities with me and meet other creatives like you who are at the same stage. There's a link in the show notes to join us. Happy creating.